Hello from the other side. Okay, so it's really late. It's like 10 minutes to 3 a.m. here, and I got to be up really early because tomorrow I've got to hit the mosque at 9:45 because they only do one tour a day, and that's at 10. And then I got to go back to the mall and pick up some things. And I'm trying to go to Wafi Mall and this place called Box Park. I'm not sure how far I'll get, but I have a list of things to talk about today. Okay, so I want to start off with two observations that I had, and I want to write this down in case I go off on a tangent. So, observation one is the other day, I was either, I don't know where I was. To be honest, I don't know where I was, but a little kid kept smacking my butt. Okay, that was very odd to me that his father would keep allowing that to happen. So I finally had to remove myself from the child. And this brings me to my first observation is that I've run into very unruly children. And I don't see parents correcting unruly children. Now, and I know from my people who work in retail, like Philippa Ashley, we work at the Baby Gap, we will quickly snatch up a child. Quickly. If you don't go find your mom. So I just found that very interesting that nobody is, at least that I've seen, is correcting their children in public. Secondly, I noticed because I seen something today that made me look twice is that I don't see litter on the streets. And I only noticed somebody cleaning anything was when I was walking through the Jumeirah Beach Walk, that they were sweeping sand from the main walkway. And I was like, I don't see, and I guess because I'm so used to in New Orleans, we have the inmates sometimes that are out there cleaning up the streets after or even after Mardi Gras, it'd be a mess, right? So I'm used to seeing people clean streets, and so to look around and see clean streets but no people constantly cleaning the streets, it just kind of made me wonder who's keeping these streets clean. But then again, I'm wondering if there's a fine for littering, so I'm unsure. All right, so today was very productive. So this video is probably going to be a little longer, and probably the longest in length, I guess, for Dubai. This is our last full official day. Tomorrow we start at 9 and we end at 9. Well, actually, we're going to be ending way before 9. We're going to be ending at 7 because we have to come back to the room and pack up because our flight to Thailand is at midnight. So I want to get to the airport by 10 in case I have to go back through customs and all of that good jazz. So just to point out, I am very, very excited about going to Thailand. Now that it's here, it is officially here. I feel like I spent a lot of time in this compound and in this room. I've done a lot of sleeping. So I feel like I should be totally refreshed to get out there and hit them Thailand streets and eat like crazy. Because I lost some weight before I left for the trip. So I was down about 4 pounds from my normal weight. Now I'm capping out about 3 pounds under. So I'm hoping that, pasta is my thing. Y'all know it's quick, it's easy. Put any kind of sauce over it and it works. So I'm hoping that when we get to Thailand, I get that authentic pad thai minus the cooked egg. I don't really like eggs cooked like that over stuff. But so anyway, to say the least, is that we're really, really, really excited about that. So to all my coworkers, we have no tattoo. I know, you're so sad. We weren't able to fit the tattoo in with the timing. So unfortunately, there is no Dubai tattoo. But rest assured, Thailand tattoo is still on plan. So, all right, let's talk about what we did first today. Let's talk about today's agenda. So today I tried to do things that were close to the hotel today because I've been doing so much outside of the hotel, outside of the area, that there were so many things around the area that I hadn't done. So I know yesterday I talked to y'all about not being able to get close enough to the Burj Al Arab to get a good picture. Well, today we did. So first things first, we started the day with going to the Jumeirah Beach Walk. And I'll put a picture of a little like graffiti sign right here. Okay. And so we walked around, and you'll see. I took a picture. I made Wally take a picture with some of the street signs. And they have a lot of shops, real cute shops. It's similar to my people in New Orleans. It's similar to going to the Riverwalk, pretty much, but it's just outdoors. So, but it's that same concept. Like everything is interconnected to something. And they even had the Dubai International Film Festival. They had like movie in the park, but it was on the beach. They had like little sandbags out there. It was so adorable. I'll put a picture of that right there too. So that was first. We did the beach walk because that was only about like 5 or 6 minutes walk from the hotel. So that was literally just like around the corner. And then I just walked through and did that. You'd be very sad to know I didn't eat anything authentic today. I saw a Panda Express and I literally like ran for my life to get to it. Now, I know y'all like that shit. Come on, really? You in Dubai for a Panda Express? And I'm like, but listen, right? They closed that Panda Express on Manhattan, so I can't even go there no more. And the only other Panda Express I know of is on Tulane's campus, and I'm not real fond of. First of all, I've graduated. Woo-hoo. Secondly, I'm not real fond of their menu. But so yeah, I saw that, and I like was like, my life has been given to me. Praise God. So me and Wally had dinner there. So, okay, last night I told y'all that I went out and I smoked the shisha, and you saw the video. I told you I felt deathly ill, and I still went out to the club anyway. And last night was just terrible. Like I came back. Oh, okay. So if you didn't see the follow up video to that, let me tell you what happened. So in New Orleans, we have that no smoking ban, right? That goes into like the clubs and the bars and the restaurants. So again, not consciously thinking of that, I just assume that people don't smoke in bars and clubs. Like since we don't anymore, I'm just so used to like this clean air. So when we had got to the club, they were smoking. And now keep in mind, I already feel terrible because I still have that pent up smoke. I told you I felt like I could taste smoke. So they were smoking in there, and then it was like I was getting dizzy because I was dancing and it's hot. And on top of everything, I thought I was just going to die in that club. I really did. So I had to quickly escape and come back to the hotel room. And so I like had drank some water. I sat in a little bit of cool water just to kind of like regain my composure. Sidebar, I got my socks today. I don't know if I've been telling you, but I've been complaining about how cold this room is for days, and I've been trying to buy socks for 4 days, and I got my socks. See, I like my socks. So finally got socks today in the Mall of Emirates. But so, I just wasn't feeling well, so I had taken something and I had laid down. While I laid and laid and laid and laid and laid and could not fall asleep. So at like 6 something, I was like, well, F it. What time does the sun rise? And so the sunrise this morning was at 6:57. I was awake to see it because I hadn't gone to sleep. So here is what a Dubai sunrise looks like. So that's that. Okay, so after we left the beach walk, we went to a place called the Madinat Souks. And it looks something like, I don't know. I don't want to say Aladdin because y'all know I didn't really grow up on Disney, unfortunately. So I really like I can only think of what like Aladdin stuff looks like, but it's like some like Arabian Nights thing, like it looks like Arabian castles, and it's real cute. And I got a little video I'll post separately of what the inside kind of looks like. It's pretty dope actually. So I picked up some souvenirs from there. And okay, let me tell you a little story about this. So as y'all know, my night vision is not good. Even with the contacts, it's not good. And so this Madnat souk, like it's like to me, it's like a maze. There's like steps and bridges and little like conclaves and whatnot. So I took a wrong turn and I ended up in the hotel, the Alcemer. Well, they were having some function in the hotel, and I got down to like the lower level, and I'm just trying to get back to the souk, right? I'm just trying to get back to where I started so that I could get a cab. Oh, remind me to tell you about the cab. Tiffany will love this. She'll love this. So I'm just trying to get back to the souk so that I can get a cab to my next place, which was the Mall of the Emirates, because the Burj Al Arab was really close to the souk, so I could take the picture, like a better, clearer picture of it. So I'm wandering around. No one realizes I'm out of place. Like, no one looks at the girl who's just walking aimlessly through the hotel, doesn't know where she is, looking for signs. No one looks at that as like suspicious because nobody helped me. So finally, I came out the bottom, and this, like, I don't want to call him a gondolier because they don't have gondoliers, but he was running. He was standing next to like some little boat thing, so that's why I call him a gondolier. But he was like, "Can I help you? Are you lost?" I was like, "Yes, I'm just trying to get back to the souk. I'm just trying to find my way back to like that part of the building so that I can get out to the main entrance and get a taxi." So he said, oh, "Okay, you just go this way." So I ended up going through like a restaurant. And so I have on my favorite pair of leggings, right? Okay. So this is how we look. Okay. So a gentleman, as I'm walking through the outdoor seating to get back up to the main entrance, the gentleman was like, "Oh, do you need some assistance?" And I said, "No, I'm good." He's like, "Please let me assist you." I said, "No, thank you." Like, come on, like let's not be aggressive about it, right? I get it. I get it. I'm uncovered. I don't look like, the norm. Okay. But again, so that's the first of the comments today. It gets better. So anyway, let's talk about the taxi ride over to the Madnat. So I know I keep talking about the crazy taxi, but this taxi was like the end all to be all to taxis. Like it was so bad, I called an Uber to leave. So I told you, these taxi cab drivers act like they are in Fast and the Furious. Like they really, really do. Sometimes I fear for my life. And this taxi driver that I had to take me to the Matnat was so bad. I feel like he was cursing in Arabic. Like he was honking his horn, he was blowing at people. He was like starting to stop and starting to stop, and like he was like speeding and then slamming the brakes, speeding and slamming the brakes. And I was just like, geez, what are you doing? Like I knew my life was coming to an end. He was like taking these sharp turns at God knows what speed. And then we got caught in some traffic. Thank God, because he was just going to kill me. So we got caught in some traffic, and at that point, he's like, "If you may just do better just to get out and walk over," because in all fairness, other people were getting out of their taxi cabs and walking over because either the light wasn't working or there was a backup because of this event of traffic. So I was just like, yes, I will. Like, whatever keeps me alive. He was so crazy. At that point, I vowed to take an Uber. Like, I was like, I will call an Uber back. Like, I'm not going to keep getting in these crazy ass taxis for them to end my life, behind, I don't know. It just was so crazy to me. Like, I was like clutching the side of the door. Real talk. I legit was afraid. So, the only reason why I did not take the Uber back, and they charged me for canceling the Uber, FYI. The only reason why I didn't take the Uber back is because he was taking too long and there was a line of taxis waiting. So I just decided to get the taxi. It was easier. And I had a nicer, calmer taxi because I really didn't want to take a taxi. I've had nothing but odd experiences with taxis. So that was that. So I left the Matnat and I went to Mall of the Emirates. So you'll see here me and Wally. And we're at the Mall, the Emirates. Wally takes the Emirate Mall. So we go there, and let me tell you, the craziest thing I see in the mall. Now listen, y'all know I do not like to shop. Shopping is not my thing. I do not want to be walking up and down aisles, touching stuff, looking at stuff. I don't want to do it. But I feel like if y'all know that Dubai has all these big malls and I didn't go, I'd never hit the end of it. So I did. I spent my due diligence in these malls, looking at stuff, taking pictures like I care, because I don't. I did get my socks though. But let me tell you the two things that blew my mind. So, also in the Mall of the Emirates, it's supposed to be Ski Dubai. I couldn't find it. I didn't have enough. I don't know. I got confused. Again, these malls are so big. I just get all turned around. So I never did get to get close to it or see it. I don't know if I was passing it because it was on the opposite side or the wrong side, or I don't know, but I didn't get that far. So I'm walking in on the lower level and I see people with these carts, like shopping carts. Like if you go to Target, you get a little shop, you get a little cart and you're pushing it around for your stuff. And I see folk with these carts. And I was like, okay, I guess that's novel, I guess, to have like a cart to push your stuff in. But these don't look like shopping bags. They look like grocery bags. And so I see this thing at the bottom and it spans like the entire left side. And it is like a grocery store meets a swap meet. So I'm telling you, real talk. It's like when Dixie meets like like a swap meet. That's all I can say. Like on one side, it's really like having like Walmart. It's like a full service Walmart, pretty much. Like there's clothes, there's baby stuff, there's food. Like there was a perfume counter in the back. I'm telling you, it was really like going to like a flea market. Really, really, really was. But a full service grocery store too. And it was just so amazing to me. Like there's a grocery store in the mall. In the mall. It blew my mind. So that was that. Okay, next I want to talk about this store that I've seen, and I'll put a picture here. Um, I mean, okay, maybe it's me because it could be me, but I don't think it's me. But I'm gonna put two pictures here of this department store. I'm gonna call it department store that I saw in the Mall of the Emirates. Okay, what does that look like to you? Because that to me is a Macy's Decepticon. Like from the marketing, from the signage, the red stars, like that. Like that's Macy's. Okay, it's Macy's. You're just calling it something else, but that's Macy's. So I seen that. I also seen this Borders. I was happy to know that Borders is still in business somewhere because I ain't seen a Borders since 2007. So okay, the last thing of the day. So after I saw that grocery store, I walked around some more, but I remember that I still hadn't got my socks. So I said, well, it looks like people are in there getting everything and then some, so I could probably get my socks. So it was about 10:30 when I was leaving, because I said I wanted to get out and I wanted to stay away from the room for a little bit. So I did get a late start. I didn't even leave the hotel till about 5, but I went to the pool and got a little sun, a little water, and I did that. But so at about 10:30, because the mall closes at like the mall's supposed to close at like 1 a.m. Now shops were closing down way before then, and I don't know if just the mall itself is open until 1, and maybe that little grocery store thing is open till 1. I don't know, but so I went in there to get socks, and I also got some fruit because I don't have any fruit, so I got some fruit. And I got some spray because I told you again my jacket smelled like a smoke factory, so I did that. And of course, you already see my socks. So as I'm in there, again, keep in mind I'm still wearing the same outfit: tank top, leggings, flats. There's this gentleman. I don't want to say he's following me because I tend to use that word loosely when it comes to people. Like people are following me, like I'm Jesus or somebody. So But he did appear in a few aisles that I was in more than once. So as I'm looking for Febreze, because apparently I think Febreze is nationwide or I guess worldwide, and I did not see that. I saw a lot of products, but I did not see Febreze. So that was a little shocking to me because I just feel like everybody uses it, but clearly they don't. At least this market didn't have it. So as I'm looking for Febreze, this gentleman finally comes over to the aisle that I'm in, where the Febreze is. And he says to me, excuse me, I just have to say that I want to read it verbatim because I sent it to somebody. And so he walks up and he says, excuse me, I just have to say, you have the most amazing ass I've ever seen. And I was like, okay, thank you. He goes, it's just so big. And I was like, okay, nothing unoriginal. Like, I've heard that several times before. Um, so yeah, that was a little bit of home, I guess. So this story is actually very similar to how I first met my ex. Actually, he was stalking me in Walmart, and he was pretty much saying the same things. But so as I'm checking out, because I noticed him again in a few other aisles, at that point I'm like, okay, I feel like he is following me. So as I'm checking out, he comes behind me in the lane where I'm checking out with my 4 or 5 little items. And he was like, I don't want this to sound like cliche or anything, but I mean, you're just so beautiful. And I was just so focused on your ass. I didn't even remember what I came in here for. And I was like, well, I am sorry to hear that. I really am. You are that narrow minded. But that, I guess, I'm used to that, I guess. So his name is Ramsey. He's Egyptian. So he said his name was Ramsey, and I said, oh, are you Egyptian? And he goes, yes, how did you know? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's common. Like, Pharaoh, kings, Ramsey. Like, do we not associate the name Ramsey with Egypt? Like, we don't at all. So that was that. But he's actually from London town. So clearly, as you can tell, I spoke with him longer than to tell him that was an unoriginal statement. Okay, so then I topped off the night with going to a club or a bar, really, called 360. And 360 is it's on the pier of the Jumeirah Beach Hotel, which I do not know why I did not stay there, because I'm pretty positive that hotel was on my list. Maybe it wasn't, because it's not too far from the hotel that I'm at, but I don't know. I think I did not stay there, or I took it off my last list, because my initial list was like, yay big. I had a bunch of hotels on there. And I think I took it off the last list that I had that just had 6 hotels on there, because I felt like it was too far for the meetings that I had. I didn't want to be traveling so far outside of the area of which these people had their businesses. So, but anyway, it was on my list to go to this nightlife club or bar, because they said it was like a really great place to be. So I went, and it's a round bar, like it's like just like a round bar, it's like a circle, but it sits at the end of the pier, and you have like this amazing view of like the Burj Al Arab and the hotel itself, and like the mosque, which I'll go to tomorrow. And so I'll put a picture or pictures right here. What that looks like. Okay. And so, I mean, that was today. So tomorrow's video is gonna be late, I think, because I'm gonna need that time to like pack, make sure I have everything out the room, make sure I have, I'm doing stuff. So I probably won't do the video until I get to India and I have that layover time, and I'll probably do it in the India airport and wrap up what we've seen and what we've done on our last day in Dubai. So, I mean, all in all, I've had a great time. Been very interesting. It wasn't as culturally immersive as I would have liked, or that I was expecting. Because I don't want to say like I had expectations, but I was expecting something way more like Arabian, and I just didn't get that. Now, it may be because I didn't explore far enough into Dubai, but from what I've seen, I did not get that. So, there's always 2020, no worries. So, that is it for today. So, I guess I'll say bye bye from the other side. And the next time you hear from me, I'll probably, I mean, unless I could probably Periscope in the morning, maybe. I'll do a Periscope. But the next time you like watch a full length video from me will probably be in India on our way to Thailand. Play the tiger. All right, you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you from the other side. Bye.